What's up, YouTube? Tommy with Shade Cherry Garage. What you're looking at here is my 2023 Harley Davidson Street Glide. This one is the 107. I went with the standard. So I guess what I want to do is tell you about the bike. Tell you about the things I've done to personalize it, to make it fit me a little better. Tell you what I like about it. So I guess you know, I bought this Road Glide. I got a good deal on, and then I was having a problem with the cruise control. It was a pretty important thing. The Harley dealer wound up calling me and told me they're offering a special. They'll give me this crazy trade-in deal, which, you know, you got to argue with them to get, but whatever, that's what they said. So long story short, I wound up trading it in. So now I got this 2023 Street Glide Standard. So this one is actually a full-on stage 1. It's complete stage 1 Harley Davidson, except for the pipes. I went with Cobra slip-ons. These are the 909 slash cut 4.5 inch. So I like it. I like it a lot. It's a very comfortable bike to ride. It's enjoyable. I really like that this one has the Boom GT whatever audio. I love that touchscreen. So let's look at some of the stuff I did to make it fit me, you know. I don't know why that seat that comes on a stock Harley Davidson is such trash, but it is. So I got a Mustang. This is the Super Touring. I don't know if it's the best one out there, but I know it's a world of difference over the stock seat. This one is the extended reach, so it moves you back. I want to say it's 1.75 inches. It's got a removable backrest, which is right here. You know what's really cool about this Mustang backrest is you don't need any tools. Once you figure out where the hole is, that's it. It sits in the hole, boom, it's installed just that easy. And then when I decide I want to rip around town, I just yank it out, just grab a hold and pull. It's got a nut on the back here. You can move this back and forth. That sets your angle, right, of your seat. I tend to like it kick back a little bit. So that's the first thing. Absolute necessity, in my opinion. If you're getting a Harley, you got to do the seat. So next thing I did is the shifter pegs. This one came factory with the heel toe, right? But it also came factory with these round black pegs. They're ugly as hell. So I found these ones online. They're not Harley, they're aftermarket, but I don't know how good the video is, and it's hard for me to see, but they match. So I got matching pegs all the way front to back. You know, they all match. It's kind of important. Brand new bike, I want it to match. So I did the shifter pegs, put the highway pegs on. These are a must-have, in my opinion. They're also not a Harley part. I bought them on Amazon. Got half the price and look just like the Harley one, so I'm good with that. I'm not too proud to admit it. Next thing that's pretty important, after you get your seat picked and you figure out where your seat height's gonna set you on the bike, is getting a windshield that's going to be the right height for you. This one is a 7-inch. The stock windshield is a 4. And I also bought a 9-inch. The problem with the 9-inch is see, when you look at the shape of this one, this windshield is actually still kind of upright, but it's got that lip on the front that acts like a little extra deflector, right? Well, when we look at the 9-inch that I found, I don't like that. Let me set this on. Let me set this up real quick. I need 2 hands here. We got a bunch of rain, so the lot next door is flooded. If you see the shape of the windshield here, I didn't like that you got this whole lip that sits way back. You know, it comes way back. It sits way back behind the straight up and down orientation of this one. I just didn't really like the look of it, man, to be honest with you. So I went ahead and got the 7. Made in China. I think they call the material Chinesium, you know. Whatever. I can't justify 200 bucks for a piece of plastic when you get one for $30. This doesn't have a little emblem on the front, but guess what? It's pretty close to the same shape. So far with the 7 riding, I'm not getting too much buffering. We'll just have to see. Even with that 9-inch, I was still getting a little bit. Not a whole lot. With the factory seat, 70 mile an hour, your head was shaking so bad it made you blurry. It's kind of amazing they even sell it like that. But it's what it is. So I got the windshield squared away. Next thing, pretty important upgrade on the standard at least, is the headlight. This one had a regular halogen headlight. It's got regular light bulbs. It's 2023 Harley. Why are we not giving me LEDs? I don't know. Nobody uses a standard light bulb anymore, but Harley Davidson still does. It's just the way it is. So this one is a day maker, or not a day maker, Eagle light. I'm happy with it so far. It's pretty bright. It casts pretty wide. I'm still trying to get the adjustment up and down to where it needs to be. So there's the headlight. So now, here's the next thing to tell you about. So inside the glove box store over here, from the factory, it comes with this little foam slip that's supposed to hold your cell phone. I use a Galaxy. The Galaxy with an OtterBox case does not fit the hole, you know. Then the next thing they do is they take this USB wire and it comes through the hole in the back of the cubby here, so you can plug your phone into the bike, right? Well, it's not really practical because I put my cigars here, I'll stick my lighter there, and then I close it, you know. So the plug there doesn't really work for me. So I pulled the fairing off, and I got one of those jumpers. It's a $12 jumper that you plug into the harness on the radio. It unlocks your Android Auto, which is pretty damn sweet. Just so you know, you get your Google Maps, you get your streaming music and all that. I rerouted the wire over here, zip tied it to the handlebar. Got my plug right there. Boom, plug my phone in. Got my Android Auto. I'm charging. It charges at the same rate as a fast charger. Pretty sweet, you know. I got my full glove box now. I'm really happy with that one. The only thing I want to do is figure out something with this plug. I might move this back inside the fairing and just get a longer cable so that I'll feel like this is more waterproof. You know, I don't really like this out here in the elements, but that's just where it is, you know. So there's that. So the next thing is, you know, from the factory, they sound like a sewing machine. They're just really quiet, man. And I went with these Cobra pipes. It's the Cobra 909s. You know, I mean, obviously you can tell from what I've already told you, this isn't a top end build. It's just a straight up stage one. I did the Screaming Eagle ventilator air cleaner, you know, which I really like. It looks good. I enjoy it. It doesn't say 107 anymore, so that gave me like 38 horsepower just by removing the 107 badge. And then I got these Cobra pipes here. They sound a whole lot better than factory, you know. They're not so loud you can't hear the radio. I can still hear the stock radio just fine, even blasting down the highway. When you crack it open, it makes plenty of noise, you know, but it's not so machine quiet. I was gonna go with the straight cuts on the pipes, but when I went over to Harley and I was talking to the guy at the parts counter, he recommended the slash cuts, and then we looked at a bike that had the slashes, and I seen the angle still kind of lines up, kind of sort of, so I think it's a pretty clean look. So I decided to go with that and the 4.5 inch, not the 4-inch pipes. And then what I want to tell you about is the tuner. I've got it's a 2023, so the Screaming Eagle tuner now is Bluetooth. I don't have it taken apart, or I'd show it to you, but it's inside this side cover here. It's a pretty small device. It ain't nothing fancy looking. It's just a little module that plugs in to the harness, and then it Bluetooths to your phone. You can set up a factory stage 1 tune, and you can run it that way, or it actually has an option where when your phone's sitting here on your mount and you're running the app, you can run an auto tune session. So what I want to tell you about the stage 1 is it worth the money? It's a good question. Tuner's $450. Pipes are another whatever you wind up spending on them, you know. And then I got the Screaming Eagle air cleaner. I think this one was $3 and change. So it's a pretty good chunk of money. It's not free to do a stage 1 on your bike, you know. But you know what? This is a compliant install. It's still warranty. And there's definitely an increase in the power that you feel when you run it. It's not like it's enough power to yank the bike out from under you when you slam on the gas, but I'll tell you, even before I did the stage 1, when you start getting around 3,500 RPMs, this thing comes alive. It's like you hit that power band. And now with the stage 1, the power band's a lot more, what's the word, profound. You feel it harder, you know. It definitely hits harder in the power band, but it's still very manageable. It's not like it's gonna yank the bike out from under you, especially with this seat. It holds you on good even without the backrest, you know. So that's my new ride, man. I think I'm gonna, a couple other things on my wish list are, I want to do the handlebars. I'm thinking I want to go with a 12-inch. I want my hand to be right about even with the top of the fairing, so the wind's coming over my hand. So that's the way I want to do it. Some people will probably say I should go higher, maybe shorter, whatever. That's what I'm going to do to my bike. You can do what you want to do to yours. The other thing I would like is a little bit more pullback, because I do want to lean back just a hair more when I'm kicked up on the highway bars cruising, you know. I'll probably go ahead and get some heated grips when I do all that, since it's already a pretty involved project. Might as well, why not, you know. I also want to get a chrome trim piece. It goes across the front. I think that'll tie the fairing in. I'm feeling like it's kind of naked without it, so that'll be a small update that'll make a big difference. Then on the back over here, you know, there seems like a whole lot of real estate with nothing going on, so I'm thinking I'm going to put a luggage rack on the bike. Not sure which one yet. I haven't decided, but the majority of my riding is not across the country. I work full-time, you know, so most of my riding will be close. If I go somewhere, it'll be short trips for a few days at a time, so I don't need a whole lot of storage. I'm trying to travel light, so it's more of a cosmetic thing than function. So I'm gonna probably pick the one that I think looks the coolest. You know, most of the time around town I ride without the backrest, but if I'm gonna go up to Daytona or something, I go ahead and put it on, you know. So this is my bike. I'm about just over 1,000 miles on it so far. I love it compared to the old twin cam Softail and the 03 Road Glide. This is a whole different thing. The newer technology, the newer sound system, the navigation, the whole deal. Android Auto on a bike is pretty awesome, you know. So let me know if you come up with any questions, anything you want to know. The thing to point out is, I don't know what year, but the tail light's gone. The only thing you get is the 2 lights up top and the one on the bottom of the rear fender. But it's the new ride. Thanks for watching.